O compatriots, join me as I dive deep into the controversial world of vulture companies and challenge myself to uncover whether they're really killing public corporations in Nigeria. Did you know that over the last 2 decades, Nigeria has witnessed a significant decline in its public corporations, with many being privatized or abandoned? Once established to prevent monopolies and ensure quality service delivery, these corporations have been replaced by private entities that prioritize profit over public welfare. The result? Nigerians now face price hikes, poor service quality, and a lack of professionalism from companies that were meant to improve their lives. But who is responsible for this decline, and what role do vulture companies play in this economic disaster? In Nigeria, the rise of vulture companies has transformed once thriving public services into profit-driven enterprises that prioritize income over quality. These companies have infiltrated key sectors such as telecommunications, electricity, and transportation, leaving consumers at their mercy. The once reliable services provided by public corporations have deteriorated, now overshadowed by high costs and poor quality. In the telecommunications sector, consumers face exorbitant data costs and a constant battle with unreliable networks. Major providers like MTN, Airtel, and Glo have been criticized for their misleading offers and lack of transparency. As these vulture companies prioritize profits, the quality of essential services continues to decline, leaving consumers disillusioned. With little oversight or regulation, these exploitative practices go unchecked, aggravating the struggles of everyday Nigerians. Nigerian public corporations have long suffered from financial mismanagement, corruption, and underfunding, leaving them vulnerable to takeover by private interests. Instead of being reformed and strengthened for the benefit of the people, many of these institutions are either abandoned or sold off. Once privatized, essential services become expensive and inaccessible, forcing Nigerians to endure poor service delivery with no alternatives. Take the power sector, for example. Privatization was supposed to improve electricity supply, but instead Nigerians now face higher tariffs and persistent blackouts. Rather than making life easier, these changes have only deepened economic hardship for millions. Who truly benefits from these deals, and what does this mean for Nigeria's future? Let's break it down. The tactics employed by vulture companies are merciless, seeking to exploit struggling corporations for profit. They lobby tirelessly for the privatization of these companies, preying on their vulnerabilities to acquire them at significantly undervalued prices. Once in control, they slash costs by cutting corners, leading to a drastic decline in service quality and widespread layoffs. As the quality of service diminishes, consumers are hit with exorbitant charges that further strain their finances. This creates a market environment where the masses suffer all, while a select few business owners amass significant wealth. A prominent example of this exploitation is evident in the telecom industry, where poor network service and hidden charges have become rampant. As Nigerians grapple with these unfair practices, an urgent question arises: should the government reconsider its approach to privatization? The situation begs reflection on whether vulture companies are indeed undermining public corporations in Nigeria. As discussions unfold, the voices of those affected must be heard, highlighting the need for change and accountability.